Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima, and when I heard about this, I knew I was going to have to do a video on it eventually. This is a port of Grand Theft Auto 3 to the PlayStation Vita. Yes, really, it's true. It's not official. They did it through a really roundabout way, which I find to be kind of impressive, but it's real, it's right here. You have to go through a relatively complex, but still not too difficult set of instructions to get it working perfectly. But I had a copy of the game sitting around, I managed to get it working, so let's just start it up, shall we? So you can get a relatively accurate idea of what the loading times are like, which is not that bad actually. I remember the PlayStation 2 version being a bit slower on the loading. That's going to be my main source of comparison for this one because, well, the PlayStation 2 game was my jam alongside Vice City and San Andreas. So that's where most of my stuff is going to be coming from. My comparisons, my knowledge, my basically everything. So I took the time to get to Staunton Island. I haven't finished the game yet. I would like to, but the PlayStation 5 is coming very soon. I need to be prepared for it. So we're just going to load my game straight up. I always liked that guy on the second loading screen there. I stubbed my toe. But anyway, here we are. And this is no parlor trick. This is no bullshit of any kind. This is Grand Theft Auto 3 running on the PlayStation Vita. It's using the PC version's models and audio. It's using the... I can't remember exactly what it's called. RE3? Which is like a open source port of Criterion's renderware engine, which was the engine used to power Grand Theft Auto 3, for Linux? Which they somehow managed to port to Vita over the course of like a week for Grand Theft Auto 3. And now the same guy is working on Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I have no idea how to pronounce his name, but from dealings I've had with a couple of friends who've told me about him, he's apparently kind of a jerk. But you can't argue that he gets results. I'm driving around Staunton Island in Grand Theft Auto 3, and it's working. It's legitimately working really well. It's looking like it's got some pretty good resolution going on here, at least for the Vita. I couldn't personally tell if it was below native resolution or not. It runs at a pretty decent frame rate, although it kind of depends on a few things. You've got a few settings you can change. Like, for example, if I just pause the game, and this is one of the problems with the port right here, it takes a little while to bring up any sort of menu, whether it be the restart menu after you fail a mission, the pause menu, or any other menu that just kind of looks like this. It just takes a little bit for it to decide that, oh, it actually wants to pause. But if I turn down the draw distance, which hides some of the more troublesome models, it can actually increase the frame rate a little bit. Those options in the options menu actually do things. They're not related to things like, they're not actually related to settings that can't really be changed. But they do work, and if you keep the draw distance down to about this, it can be kind of hard to tell the difference, and you get a better frame rate out of it, so that's a nice thing. Although there are a couple of missions that become a little bit troublesome if you keep that turned down. One I'm thinking of in particular is the Diablo's mission in, what's it called? Staunton Island, where, not Staunton Island, in the first island, where if you get the flamethrower to kill the triads won't spawn frequently enough. So you'll have to be constantly turning around trying to get them to spawn. Oh, we're doing a race, huh? Good thing I've got my Infernus. I admit that despite the fact that I've played an absolute ton of Grand Theft Auto 3, I never get particularly far beyond the first island for, well, reasons. So there's no wonder why I don't remember this mission, but with that said though, yeah. There are some settings that you need to change, and one of those settings is actually the, whatchamacallit, the, God damn it, sorry, I had it in my, the controls, that's right. they want you to change the controls to the classic controls. And as a result, if you've played any recent PlayStation 4 game if you've played any recent PlayStation 4 game on remote play, you know exactly how the controls work here. If you've played Grand Theft Auto 3 on the PlayStation 2 before. So, all of your regular buttons, including L1 and R1, are mapped to the, brain work with me here. They're all mapped to the face buttons exactly as you would expect. However, if you want to do something like looking left and right out of like your side windows to do a drive-by, or if you want to honk your horn, that is all on the touchscreen. And while you might need to do a sort of like Monster Hunter-esque claw in order to like get your view over and then start shooting with an SMG, well, you dickhead. Yeah, while you might need to do the claw in order to get the a drive-by going, otherwise the controls work really well. Except for one thing. If you don't pay very close attention to how you're driving under the default settings with the analog stick, you'll tend to go all over the place, because the way the game's got it set out is with the left analog stick, it's got the same full range of motion that it's got on the PlayStation 2, which is good by default, but you're also on an analog stick that's way freaking smaller than the PlayStation 2's analog stick. So as a result, fucking cars. So as a result, when you play the game with the default settings and you start getting into a car, you'll probably be slip-sliding away all over the place just because you're having trouble controlling the car with that much range of movement inside such a small stick. Thankfully, if you go and turn down the mouse sensitivity in the options, it actually fixes this. So I've got it down to like almost at the bare minimum, just a couple of like touches above minimum. And as is, the sensitivity is fucking great. It legitimately feels like it was made for this analog stick at this sensitivity. And I can't help but appreciate that. Where's the next one going to be? Right ahead of me. Good stuff. As for the other technical performance of the port, as you have already seen, the game itself runs absolutely fine for the most part. You need to like turn down the draw distance if you want to get a solid 30. And there are some effects that can screw this over. The most notable one being rain. I don't know what it is about the rain, but man, the game just hates the rain. You'll be lucky to stay above 20 when it's raining. And I've also found that if you go inside when it's raining, say you start like a mission, like Joey in particular is the mission I'm thinking of, one of Joey's missions, it'll actually be raining inside for a bit, which sounds like a bug. But yeah, outside of that, technical performance can't be faulted for the most part. One other thing I will point out about the way the game's been ported though, sometimes the physics go absolutely fucking insane. Now, I could be remembering this poorly, because I've only seen the following that I'm about to describe happen once or twice. Sweet. I've only seen the thing I'm about to describe happen once or twice, but I've never seen two police cars get into a head-on-head like a game of chicken, neither of them give up, only for the one that's not being driven by you to be flung about 50 feet in the air. And I'm not even kidding, it went fucking flying. It went up and out of the camera and didn't come back down for a good 2.5 seconds. This has happened to me once. I believe there were also a couple of other situations it happened where I was in no control, like the Turismo race on the first island. It happened there. All of the cars that weren't controlled by me ended up in one big pile-up. Whoop. They ended up in one big pile-up and just spazzed the fuck out. That's the best way I have of describing it. They all went flying. They all ended up just all over the pavement, and I was able to win the race with no consideration to my efforts whatsoever. I got a lot of guns here. One thing that they actually added in this that they didn't have in the PlayStation 2 version, I assume this happened on the PC and that functionality just made it over here. I'll shut up and let the cutscene play out.
My sister speaks highly of you, though I'm yet to be convinced that a guy Jin can offer anything but disappointment. Perhaps you could help deal with a situation that has me at a disadvantage. Of course, failure has its own disgrace. A Yakuza Kanbu is in custody awaiting transfer for trial. He is a valued member of the family. Break him out of custody and get him to the dojo at Bedford Point.
The bow. I always liked Claude. He always seems more than willing to put up with a bunch of people's shit. I don't know why. Then again, I guess, bros before hoes, especially in this game's story, right? Okay, cop car, cop car.
If a man was born an angel, maybe it's possible. But a man is born.
Shit, I completely lost my train of thought about what I was talking about. One thing, alright, I'll go on to another topic then. One thing I've noticed is that sometimes, and only sometimes, some of the audio can be really quiet, especially when people are talking. I don't know what specifically does this, but sometimes you'll be playing like a mission and the audio of someone who's talking will be so much quieter than even the radio, and the radio is supposed to get quieter when they're talking, but it doesn't help because the person who's talking's voice goes even quieter than that. So, yeah, it's just a bit weird how that can happen. Come on now, where's a police car? This game definitely does do that old Grand Theft Auto trick, where to save RAM on the consoles, it does nothing but spawn similar cars to the one that you're already using, because it takes less RAM. This has fucked me over on at least one mission. The best way to steal a cop car would be to get my wanted level up, but I don't want to do that. I'd probably just get some really bad luck and die. Yeah, I've been testing like everything though, like to the ability that I have to test. I've played some vigilante missions, I've played some ambulance missions, I've played some taxi missions. They've all worked. I tried a Rampage. Those still disappear if you fuck them up, by the way. It's not pleasant. Screw it, I'll get out of my car and I'll have a look around on foot. It also, again, does that thing where if you turn around, cars will just magically spawn and despawn. Although I may need to get my car out of the way. See? Where'd that truck come from? It's alright. One of the things I love about Storm Island is the game regularly spawns supercars on the streets, so I don't mind leaving one behind. Compare that to Portland, where you can only go and find a supercar in the car store in the north of the city half the time. Fuck it, let's just get the cops in here. The controls are still the same. So if you really want someone dead quick, you shoot the fuck out of them with the R1 targeting. It's just a shame, like it's just a shame that they can't do something along the lines of whatchamacallit. There's the ambulance, but no police car. It's just a shame they can't like patch little improvements in, like be able to aim with the right stick, when in this case it just takes you in here, or being able to respawn rampages so that you don't have to worry about reloading your game every time that you want to do them. I do appreciate being able to restart missions if you die. That's not something that they had on the PlayStation 2 version, but in this game it's basically just a pre-mission quick save, which I can't help but appreciate. Especially in this game, because some of these missions are a lot harder than I remember them being. Although the police don't seem to be as prevalent. This is why I keep the draw distance up. You know what? Just while we're here, I'll go over the rest of the options that we have available to us. So we've got the controls here, and we can redefine them as we please, but I would recommend not doing that, because there's really not much of a way to benefit to it. Here's your mouse sensitivity option. I would recommend turning that down, and ignore the mouse-controlled steering thing there. It's irrelevant. There's your audio settings. I've got the sound effects turned all the way up because I thought that might help with the voices, but it didn't. Your radio station is there, obviously. Brightness does actually have a slight effect. Draw distance absolutely does. And free cam subtitles, those also do. Graphics, there are some affections here, like frame sync and frame limiter. Both do exactly what they claim to. VSync is actually kind of nice. I like leaving it on because this game can actually get pretty close to 30. Same thing with the frame limiter. This port can get to 30, so I recommend leaving this on just for the stability. You can turn it off to overclock it a little bit, but I doubt you'll get beyond 45, and that's just not pleasant. They also recommend that you turn off trails and post effects in the setup because they just don't work right in this version yet. Also, you can apparently change your skin, but I wouldn't know how to do that. That's apparently a thing in the PC version. What does it take for fucking cops to show up? Yeah, fuck all you all in particular. There we go. 2-star wanted level. The cops have got to be showing up eventually. You can see that the draw distance has... Oh, there you are. Thanks for running away from the door and letting me get in. See ya! I need to rig the car with a bomb? Really? Okay. I admit that as I said before, I haven't been around Staunton Island much. Nope, this isn't what I'm looking for. I haven't been around Staunton Island much, so I don't really know where I'm going. That will be a problem. Nah, it's alright, I got this. I'm assuming down here is where I need to be. Oh no, up there, right. Just need to use my handbrake a little. Cool, the paint spray. Does this work on cop cars? Shame. I should know it doesn't work on cop cars. How long have I been playing this freaking series? Alright, police station. We're committing acts of domestic terrorism. My channel's probably going to get kicked off YouTube for that line. There's a hidden package. Those are still there. I never managed to find more than 5 or 6 of those in any particular run. And do I even really need to go on about, like, how Grand Theft Auto 3 is a masterwork of open world game design and engaging storytelling and every other, like, potential praiseworthy thing you can say about it under the sun, and it was literally made in 2001 where these things didn't even exist yet? Because there are so many things you can say about Grand Theft Auto that chances are have already been said. Activate the bomb, get the fuck out. Where's the kaboom? There's supposed to be an earth-shattering thank you. Oh. Right, I have to go get him. A little bit of slowdown there. Come on, buddy. Well, can we take the big boy truck? Yes, we can take the big boy truck. Thankfully, the bastards won't be shooting at me yet. The downside being that I'm going to need to be able to get to a paint spray at some point. Oh, fuck it. Oh, he's upside down. Alright, come on, Mr. Yakuza. We gotta go. Who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares about the car alarms? Why are you on fire? This is crazy. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Come on, Mr. Yakuza. We can make it. Oh, fuck. Oh, that didn't work out so well. Yes, I do have to retry, because I am not going to be able to get out of that situation alive. Oh, man. Alright, we'll just skip that. Let's see if we can actually get it done this time. You know, if I thought ahead, I would have brought a cop car here, but again, it's been a while since I've played this section of the game. Oh, how convenient. There's a bloody wanted star right there. Oh. Hi, Mr. Officer. Hang on, what the fuck am I doing? And now I just take the car and go. There we go. 1-star wanted level. Although that's probably not going to be... It's probably not going to be the same thing. It's probably going to go straight back up to 3 when I bomb the fucking police station again. There's another line that's going to get me kicked off YouTube. Man, I forgot how pretty Staunton Island is. I always loved this island. Like, the third island, with its, like, big airport and, like, the sort of, like, Beverly Hills style of apartments and all that. That was always a nice place, and, you know, Portland is... It's not even Portland, is it? It's, for the life of me, I can't remember the name of it. But, yeah, they're all just classic, like, areas, but I always like this one better for its appropriation, for its, usage of, like, the sort of Big Apple look with the Times Square with the giant burger and everything in it. It's always been my favorite island of the game, even if I don't get to it that much. And Leggett. I mean, I won't argue with their word usage. It's kind of funny, Leggett. I don't think you'd ever hear that sort of language said today in a Grand Theft Auto game. They take themselves a little bit too seriously these days for that. I mean, yeah, there's the obvious things you can say about it, like the repeated textures, the lack of detail on half of the building fronts, the, like, everything you can say about the open world. But then again, 2001, PlayStation 2, literally working into an open world, like, super genre, I've taken to calling them. Because you got subgenres, like you got vertically scrolling and horizontally scrolling shooters in the scrolling shooter category. Open world is just kind of a super genre, which can be a bunch of everything. Alright, let's see how bad my wanted level gets this time. Damn shame you can't save everywhere. But there's probably a good reason for that. Yeah, we're back up to 3. No surprise. Alright, let's go, buddy. We'll hop in the big fat police van until we manage to find a decent car to get out of here with. I'm guessing we should just, like, ride this in as close as we can to the pay and spray, and then get into another car and use that to get into the... No, no, no. Please knock me back up the right way. Oh, Christ. Come on, Mr. Yakuza man. We don't have a choice again. Mr. Yakuza man. Thank God, I thought he was going to be fucking dead. Oh, we're going to be fucking dead. No, we're fine. We're fine. I've gone the wrong way. Nope, it's alright. Hit the brakes, let them fuck themselves up, and take advantage of the chaos. I'm actually a decent driver, damn it! When I'm not threatening to roll my car. Yay, we actually made it this time. Job done. Now let's just try not to roll this one on the way out and we're good. Remember how later Grand Theft Auto games introduced, like, the wanted stars flashing so that if you fucked up again, you'd get the wanted level right back on you? Remember how that was completely useless? I do.
That was magnificent.
Also, you can't go into them if the cops have line of sight, which is kind of bullshit.
Lovely.
Like, it makes sense logically, but...
Marvelous.
I've tried everything, and I just couldn't keep those extra 200 pounds off. It started to affect
Did
my
he just
nerves.
run into the...
It's too big for me, and I'll sleep with anything.
The abdominals.
Oh my god, what the fuck? Ah, yes. Ah, there's a physics bug for ya. Alright, let's go do an Asuka mission next, huh? And then after that, we might as well play some fucking Vigilante.
Just strapping your arms and legs.
Because I've got all the weapons I need to go on a one-man killing spree, so why not?
Turn it on to 11.
Again, another line that'll get me immediately kicked off YouTube.
Now that I've lost 280 pounds, my
Gotta help but love it.
fine again.
That's right, honey. No more escort services for me. Don't be validated.
Also, there's always like a Yakuza Stinger or something parked down here, so I don't need to worry about the health of this car. There you go. Have a free car. I always get an insane stunt bonus there. I don't know why.
A reporter has been nosing around. Marie and I have taken a little holiday together until you can get rid of this perverted voyeur. He's probably out in the bay as you read this. Steal a police boat and sink his career.
I'm getting reminded of that, whatchamacallit? Actually... Oh, I have to jump into that one specifically, huh? Yeah, one thing you learn about Grand Theft Auto games, don't go against their, particular... How do I get over there? I'll just grab the car and drive. Shame I don't know where the rocket launcher is on this island. Even if there is one, it'd be easy to just blow him up from long distance. Yay, Banshee. The Infernus is a good car to drive, but the Banshee was always my favourite. Then again, that just... Ow. That may well just be the nostalgia talking. Hey, hidden package. Doesn't matter though. Look how much money I've got. I barely spend any of it. Oh yeah, these boats have guns for some reason. That seems so unnecessary, but sure, why the fuck not? Boats work fine too. This is pretty much how they worked in the original. Although, again, I would love to get to the end of the game, unlock the dodo, and see how well that works. Because I remember, it was named Portland. Damn, I'm... Not the best of days for me. But yeah, I remember finishing off, whatchamacallit. I remember finishing the game, getting in the dodo, and using it to fly to the part of the campaign. Using it to fly to where the cutscene is at the beginning of the game. Because it's a completely separate area outside of the regular map boundary. You can never go to the Liberty Bank or whatever it's called. Very tough bird to fly, the dodo, because it was a single engine bird that was more or less meant to be a glider. So it was kind of difficult to use because you had to be just constantly, very slowly dipping up and down and up and down and up and down in order to get the bird any particular height. If you did it too quickly, you would just immediately like if you did it too quickly, tried to cheat the ever so graceful up and down pattern that the game wanted you to have, you just fall straight to your doom. So I just spent hours going back there and trying again and trying again and trying again. Good old nostalgic times. just trying to make sure that I don't land in the water, because if anyone's played this game, you'll know Claude can't swim, and neither can Tommy Vercetti, which seems like a really bad thing for two dudes that are, like, trapped on 3 or 2 islands, depending on who you ask, but that's just me. Alright, Asuka, what do you got for us? Asuka.
It's my handsome handyman. Maria's all tied up at the moment, but I'll tell her you called.
Everybody thinks Claude's handsome, despite the fact he's only got 12 polygons as an entire fucking face.
It's time you met our man inside the LPD. Here's a payment for the last little job he did for us. He is understandably cautious. Get to the payphone in Torrington as quick as you can.
Well, good thing you left some Yakuza stingers out the front, otherwise this would be next to impossible. I'd much prefer this paint job the other way around rather than the front, wind the back.
Learning some real skills. How about the salary and benefits?
That almost feels like a ginger sex joke, but I'm not going to dig too deep into it. I don't want to get thrown off YouTube again. I've already been thrown off it 3 times. Have you noticed that if you turn on the automatic captions, it actually blocks out swear words now? And there doesn't seem to be any way to turn it off. Which is really depressing, because I recently discovered the best example of automated captions in the Spider-Man Web of Shadows video on White Light's channel. But for whatever reason, yeah. Apparently the words cripple and spaz don't work anymore. Right, I forgot this mission. What a little shit. Right, I said we'd go and do some vigilante stuff. We'll do that after this mission. If I remember correctly, yep, there is a turn right here, not marked on the map. Neat reflections going on in the puddles. And who says we need ray tracing? Just put in some effort, devs. Come on, good God, clap, clap. Goddamn stretch limos. I'm being sarcastic, of course, if you couldn't tell. God forbid, ray tracing is going to be so much harder to do on consoles because of how limited their ray tracing abilities are. Hey, this is Laszlo. Welcome to Chatterbox.
I saved your husband. It is a miracle.
Always my favorite radio stations in these games. Even if I'm trying to talk over them as much as humanly possible so I don't get hit by the copyright bots. Because those copyright bots are fucking monstrous!
Delivering little bundles of love in a box.
That's what the capital.
Your door.
And now it's time for a public service announcement from station owner Donald Love.
Hello, my name is Donald Love.
You know what game like areas like this make me miss? Driver 2. Remember Driver 2? There was always this one challenge that was always like the most fun to do when you were a kid on Driver 2, where off to the right, immediately after you start the challenge where you're being pursued, there was this huge jump you could take, and I used to spend hours just fiddling around with the replay editor. Christ almighty, where's this one? Can't be too far away, I've only got a minute left. Again, this is why I take the Stinger.
What are you talking about? Man, I'm starting to believe that guy about the fluoride in the drinking water. Listen, if there's any sane person left...
At least it's a nice challenge. The annoying downside being that if you die, you don't get like a mid-mission checkpoint, a la Grand Theft Auto 5. Again, something that would be nice if you could patch into the engine port, but again, you know, that's just something you really don't want to touch. This code is like 20 years old at this point. It's probably a mess of smoke and mirrors and wires and duct tape and good intentions.
You must be Azuka's new errand boy. You got the money? Is it all here? I know what you're thinking. Another bent cop. Well, it's a bent world. Just because I lost a few partners, those suckers from Internal Affairs have started sniffing around. Reckon they can smell me. Well, this city is one big open sewer. But I'm gonna need some non-union help. And if you're interested, you know where to find me.
And there we go. Let's jump over the fence. Something you need to get very used to be doing. And let's go and find ourselves a police car. I could probably also go find a Rampage if I looked hard enough, but I suck bad enough at the regular game as it is. Let's not get a Rampage missing because of that. Oh look, a cop. See what I mean about the rain causing the frame rate to drop a fair bit? And since I've got like that effect going on over there and draw distance turned up to max, this is about as bad as it gets, but I remember the PlayStation 2 version of this game not doing that much better when it got busy, so you know, I'm willing to give the game the benefit of the doubt on this one. If only we could find a fucking cop car. It's actually raining outside too, which is kind of adding to my immersion a little. Although it's been raining on and off all day and it's starting to get annoying. I know I'm just talking about random crap at this point, but, like, what do you say about Grand Theft Auto 3 that hasn't already been said? All I can say is, I hope that the guy manages to get Vice City and San Andreas in. I'm assuming San Andreas is going to be a lot more work. Because the engine is just well, not so much completely different, it's the same engine, but heavily modified. Because, here's the thing, this is a little neat fact that I learned about the Grand Theft Auto engine, just while we're trying to find a fucking cop car. The Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City engines were never particularly optimized. They were kind of just thrown together from, like, the renderware engine. So, you know, you had to do the loading in between the 3 or 2 islands, depending on which game you were playing. Like, fair enough, it wasn't that big of a deal. But then you got to San Andreas and they massively upgraded it to the point where it could actively, like, stream in terrain. But, funnily enough, that upgrade was also what allowed Liberty City and Vice City stories to exist. Because those streaming tech upgrades were enough to get the engine running on the PSP. So they were able to actively, like, stick the games on them with the same, like, transition period between islands and what have you. But they could do it. It worked. Fucking hell, the cops want you. You can't find a cop car to save your life. I don't want to do taxi missions. Taxi missions are boring and I've got bullets to spend. See, look, I've lost it. Literally driving around in the middle of the fucking street. Oh look, a Rampage! You know what, fuck it, let's do the Rampage. Why the hell not? Can't be any worse than waiting for a cop to come find me. What you got for me? Destroy 8 vehicles in 120 seconds. Well, there's my first. Ow. Shame I can't swap weapons out. But okay. I was about to say, what am I doing? Easiest way to do this. You get the fuck out. Now, you run away. I beat the crap out of the car behind you. The bounce. Hey! You two are mean! Oof! Never mind, Rampage failed. I just lost all my guns. I indeed just lost all my guns. Well, thankfully there's a way around that. I don't particularly care for this save file. So we can just go back to the main menu, reload my game, and then we can go on a rampage with all my weaponry. Although I just remembered this doesn't actually work, so I have to close the game and reopen it. Let's cut the footage to when I'm actually in a cop car. Never make it easy for me, do they? Alright, let's go. Give me someone to kill. He's fucking running for it. He's really fucking running for it. Is he gonna have to go through my car? He's gonna have to go through my car. Wow, that took me more off course than him. Oh, fuck, man. Get out of the car! With your hands in the... Holy shit, he's got a shotgun. Yeah, he needed to die as fast as humanly possible. God damn. Is this guy up on the highway? No, he's on the same level as me. Yeah, there he is. And he's almost got a good pin in on him there. Almost. It's a shame you don't get, like, to regenerate your car's health in between waves. That would be perfect. Yep. Damn it. Kind of hard to get a proper drive-by in when you're, trying to hold the accelerator, steer, and do the Monster Hunter the grip at the same time. Yeah, just turn around, buddy. Right into my arms. That's exactly what you want to do. Yeah, you get on that side of the road. I'll just pull up, and there we go. You're dead. The casual fucking stroll away. Remember getting in the chopper and doing vigilante missions in that? I think it was Beast. Actually, could you do vigilante missions in the Rhino in this game? I honestly don't remember. All I remember about the Rhino in Grand Theft Auto 3 was getting in the back of it, turning on the flying cars cheat, and firing the, fuck, is that a dump truck? And firing the cannon backwards so that you would just rocket forward and turn into a freaking meteor of death. There we go. Job done. You get a good amount of money for it too, thankfully. Once you get into Storm Island. Oh yay, fire truck! Fire missions are not far away. But yeah, I remember, damn it, I lost my train of thought. Fuck you, fire truck. You did this to me. What I'm trying to say is that Grand Theft Auto is a game of memories. And everyone's got a slightly different memory. Some people's memories are kind of ridiculous, like going to a ridiculous amount of effort to get like the cars that were invulnerable or what have you because of like certain things in the story. Some people's were as simple as pretending to be a cop and shooting the fuck out of a stretch limo with a drive-by and then knocking it off a mountain and sending it into a building. Ah, dreams. I need to reverse for this. Splat! Yeah! That's how you do it! My car is like 2 bits of paper and a... Shit. My car is like 2 bits of paper and just some lead. Just shell casings that have been thrown out of the side of my Uzi. Fuck, did I just run over a cop? Or a gang member. Can't see in this damn fog. I don't remember it being this thick, but it was the PlayStation 2 era. It probably was. That's a pole. This looks familiar. I think we just were here. Great. Where is he? There he is. Hello, sunshine. Gonna give him some of the old, wee woo, wee woo. Yeah, he knows I'm coming. He knows it. He's trying to force me off the road, but he can't do it because he's got right up the arse of a dump truck. And he's still going. Good on him. Damn shame I can't, like, I've got rifles, I've got grenades. I've got everything I need to be an effective vigilante, but I can't use it while I'm in the car. And I have to get out of the car. Oh, you saw me use the flamethrower on that cop earlier, the poor bastard. I still have my rifle. Fucking old bag lady with an Uzi, man. What was that about? Damn, he's above me. That's alright, this is good. Nah, you know what? We've done 5 kills. I do believe it gets harder as you go on, but I'm not here to be here forever. How about this? We'll go do one more mission. Let's go see what Kenji's up to. I think we're closest to him. Just one more stroll. Oh, I almost forgot. The absolutely stupid cameras. Oh, wait, I have to test. Does shooting the moon actually work in this game? Yes, it does. Uh-oh. What the fuck? What was that? What the fuck was that? I have no idea what the hell that was, and I just realized, considering that I reloaded my game, and we did a bit of a, and we've already done, like, we already reloaded, we haven't done any of the missions, it'll just be the same missions, so, yeah, how about this? We'll just do a couple of stupid things with the stupid cameras, and we'll move on to the end of the video. Because I don't know how they expected anyone to play with this stupid fucking camera. It's impossible to see where the hell you're going or what's in front of you. And then you've got this camera, which admittedly I like a little bit more because it's a bit of a, like, it's a bit of a throwback to the old school Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2 style camera, and it makes me nostalgic for Grand Theft Auto 2 because I actually played Grand Theft Auto 2 to completion before I played Grand Theft Auto 3, so I knew what this was about, more or less, but yeah, it doesn't work for this game. It's the same thing as Snake Eater. Just they designed the camera to be third person for a reason. Actually, you know what? That's a good question. Hang on. Grabbing my phone. Annoying a cop. Grand Theft Auto 3 cheats. If the mappings are still the same, this should work in some form. Maybe. Because well, we've got the inputs here, so let's see. R2, R2, L1, R2, left, right, left, right, left. No? Ah, dear. Doesn't work it like that, does it? Triangle, up, dip, square, R1, R2. That actually worked! Slow motion, baby! Alright, what about all weapons? I don't think that worked either. Okay, what else have we got? Can we spawn a Rhino? Yes! Oh, straight onto that cop. Oh, the poor shit. Let's get in that Rhino. Yeah, there's the security van that you can take in for bonus things. Yep. Trusting the turret still works. Firing still works. I wonder. No, hang on. It's a flying vehicle. So it's right, R2, circle, R1, L2, down, L1, R1. Nope. Right, R2, circle, R1, L2, down, L1, R1. It appears there are some inputs that either don't work or I'm just completely retarded. What else have we got? That might work. That was my phone going off. Enhanced gore. Nope, that didn't work. Do I have to do them all while I'm on foot? Nope, it just appears that, either I'm having some really bad luck with the cheats. Yeah, either I'm having some really bad luck with the cheats or some of them just don't work. But still, it's kind of neat that we managed to turn on slow motion and spawn a Rhino, so I'll take that. Actually, you know what? Here's a question. Vigilante. We have to get the wanted up level up to maximum. Just while we're doing this. Kill everyone, destroy everything. Cause total financial ruin. Whee! Ah, that's the best part of playing. Where the fuck is this guy? I'm gonna have to check the map for this. Damn, he's down there. I'm gonna have to turn around. Is there a cheat to spawn the dodo? I'm gonna have to see if there's a cheat to spawn the dodo. I'm just fucking around at this point, but like, is it Grand Theft Auto if there's not fucking around? Honest to God question. Is it Grand Theft Auto if you aren't fucking around with a goddamn tank in slow motion? I may have turned on the increased core cheat somehow, because holy shit, that guy just exploded into 12 pieces. Humpty Dumpty, eat your fucking heart out. Oh, there he is. Oh, I missed. I missed again. Out of my way, copper. Oh, he knows I'm coming for him. Oh, the frame rate's hit 0. That guy's really trying. All props to him, but I don't think that's gonna help. A little bit difficult to hit X and circle at once. My buttons are a little freaky, but I can make this happen. I can make us go to full speed, which is not that much faster than your traditional van or truck, but I don't know where the fuck you're going, mate. You're getting crushed. Woo! If I just fire this behind me, will all those cops die? Ah, twat. Good to see that it's existed. You miss some of the visual jokes on your first couple of runs through a Grand Theft Auto game. Did that guy just like spawn right next to me? This vigilante dude? I could probably get to the dodo in this tank if I wanted to. That's him ahead of us, right? Missed. Missed, but I'm getting close. Ah, bugger it. Yeah, come on, do it. I'm unarmed. There we are. I died pretty quick. I'm just looking up if there's a cheat to spawn the dodo. I don't remember there being a cheat to spawn the dodo, but... yeah, they're only calling cars, the flying cars cheat, the dodo cheat. That's unfortunate. Well, I'm just gonna shut up and actually end this video off now because we've been here for an hour just fucking around. And yeah, it's a success. This port of Grand Theft Auto 3 to the Vita is a success. It's managed to pull off what Rockstar never did, and in a way that's really easy to recommend. The entire install process took me about 20 minutes. Of course, you need a homebrew-enabled Vita to do it. And of course, the performance isn't perfect. There's a couple of weird bugs here and there. But nothing that comes close to hurting the original experience. In fact, with things like the being able to restart a mission if you fail it without having to like reload your game to get your weapons back and what have you, it actually helps. In that sense of the word. So yeah, 100% absolute success. Hopefully he'll get San Andreas and Vice City working. Vice City was never my favorite. Grand Theft Auto 3 is my second favorite because I played it first and I always liked Liberty City. And San Andreas is my favorite because it's just the biggest. With all of that said though, I can't help but wonder if all the work that's been put into making this work could also be put into making Burnout 3 and Burnout Revenge work. Now that would be fucking awesome. Considering that those games have never actually made it off the PlayStation 2, I believe Revenge was on Xbox and Xbox 360. But surely, with the amount of work that's already gone in to this, you could pull it off, right? Can I jump this? No, I can't. I don't even remember if, like, this is the way around. Can I go the other way? Or is it going to be blocked by a random pipeline as well? Just, I want to see if I can get to that dodo, but I imagine chances as soon as I go into, the third island's boundary, I'll get, like, either a 5-star wanted level or I'll just hit an invisible wall. If I remember correctly as to what happens. Or does that only happen when you touch the land specifically? Well, either way, we'll find out and die before this video truly ends. And it's still a really nice looking game, even today. Then again, I guess that's what happens when you've got taste. I just realized that probably made me sound really full of myself. Like, good taste in graphic design is what I meant. Yeah, look at that. It's just the flat out war. I feel cheated. I feel cheated. What is that even supposed to be anyway? There's text on it. What does it say? Hot steam, high pressure gas. Well, fair enough. Time to drown myself. With my head sticking above the water. Yeah, that tends to happen. Alright, we're back here again. This has been Blue Maxima, and I will see you all next time. Another thing I kind of miss from Grand Theft Auto 2, the dedicated burp and fart button.